everybody. Dr. Debelak is taking the day off. This is Mr. Debelak or Hilary Debelak, whatever you prefer. I am your reader today. So if you want to see me read again afterwards, at the bottom of this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up for a like. If we get 10 likes for this reading, I will be back. All right, so let's get started where we left off. I've heard that Jambo story many times. Stella says that humans found it odd that the huge silverback didn't kill the boy. Why? I wonder. Was that so surprising? The boy was young, scared, and alone. He was, after all, just another great ape. Bob nudges me with his cold nose. Ivan, he says, why aren't you and Stella in the zoo? I look at Stella. She looks at me. She smiles sadly with her eyes, just a little, the way only elephants can do. Just lucky, I guess, she says. The new neighbor arrives after the 4 o'clock show. When the truck comes lumbering towards the parking lot, Bob scampers over to inform us. Bob always knows what's happening. He's a useful friend to have, especially when you can't leave your domain. With a groan, Mac lifts the sliding metal door near the front court, the place where deliveries are made. A big white truck is backing up to the door, belching smoke. When the driver opens the truck, I know that Stella is right. The baby elephant is inside. I see her trunk poking out from the blackness. I'm glad for Stella, but when I glance at her, I see she is not glad at all. I wonder what's wrong. Stand back, everyone, Mac yells. We've got a new arrival. I wonder what it is. This is Ruby, folks. 600 pounds of fun to save our sorry butts. This gal is going to sell us some tickets. Mac and the two men climb into the back of into the black cave of the truck. We hear a voice scuffling, a word Mac uses when he's angry. Ruby makes a noise too, like the little trumpet they sell at a gift store. Move, says Mac, but still there is no Ruby. Move, he says again. We haven't got all day. Inside her domain, Stella places as much as she's able to. 2 steps, 1 step, 2 steps, the other. She slaps her trunk against the rusty metal bars. She grumbles. Stella asks, did you hear the baby? Stella mutters something under her breath, a word she uses when she's angry. Relax, Stella, I say. It will be okay. Ivan, Stella says, it will never, ever be okay. And I know enough to stop talking at that point. The men are still yelling. Some of the yelling is at each other, but most of it is at Ruby. We hear scrambling, pounding, shifting. The side of the truck shudders. I'm starting to like this element, Bob whispers. I'm getting the little one, Max says. Maybe she can coax the stupid brat out of her truck. That doesn't sound like a nice thing to say, does it? Mac opens Stella's door. Come on, girl, she urges. He unts the rope attached to the floor bolt. Stella pushes past Mac, nearly knocking him over. She thrusts as best as she can, limping heavily towards the open door of the truck. She catches her swollen foot on the edge of the ramp and winces. Ouch. Blood trickles down. Oh no, this is not good. All right. Halfway up the ramp, she pauses. The noise in the truck stops. Ruby falls silent. Slowly, Stella makes her way up the rest of the ramp. She groans under her weight, and I can tell you how much she is hurting by the awkward way she's moving. At the top of the incline, she stops. She pokes her trunk into the emptiness. We wait. The tiny gray trunk appears again. Shyly, she reaches out, tasting the air. Stella curls her own trunk around the baby's. They make a soft rumbling sound. We wait some more. A hush falls over the entire big top mall. Thud, thud, step, step, pause, step, step, pause. And there she is, so small she can fit under the Stella with room to spare. Her skin sags and she sways steadily as she makes her way down the ramp. Now the greatness specimen, Max says, but I got her cheap from this bankrupt circus out west. They had her shipped over from Africa. Only had her a month before they went bust. He gestures towards Ruby. Thing is, people love babies. Baby elephants, baby gorillas, heck, give me a baby alligator, and I could make a killing. Stella ushers Ruby towards her domain. Mac and the two men follow. At Ruby's door, Ruby hesitates. Mac gives Ruby a shove. She doesn't budge. Doggone it. Get a clue, Ruby, he mutters. But Ruby isn't moving, and neither is Stella. Mac grabs a broom. He raises it up. Instantly, Stella steps in front of Ruby to shield her. Boy, that's a friend. Get in the cage, both of you, Mac shouts to them. Stella stares at Mac, considering, gently but firmly, using his trunk. She nudges Ruby into her domain. Only then does Stella enter. Mac slaps the door shut with a clang. I see two trunks entwined. I hear Stella whispering. Poor kid, Bob says. Welcome to Exit 8, Big Top Mall and Video Arcade, home of the one and only Ivan. All right, next chapter. When Julia comes, she sits by Stella's domain and watches the new baby. She barely talks to me. Stella doesn't talk to me either. She's too busy nuzzling Ruby. She is cute, little Ruby with her ears flapping like palm leaves, but I am handsome and strong. Bob trots a circle around my belly before settling down in just the right spot. Give it up, Ivan, he says. You're old news. Julie gets out a piece of paper and pencil. I can see that she is drawing Ruby. I move to the corner of my domain and pow. Bob grumbles. He doesn't like it when I disrupt his naps. Homework. Julia's father scolds. Julia sighs and puts her drawings aside. I grunt and Julia glances in my direction. Poor old Ivan, she says. I've been ignoring you, haven't I? I grunt again, a dignified, indifferent grunt. Julia thinks for a moment, then smiles. She walks over to my domain to spot over in the corner where a glass is broken. She slides papers through it. She rolls a pencil across my cement floor. You can draw the baby elephant too, Julia says. I bite the pencil in half with my magnificent teeth, and then I eat some paper. Even after Julia and her father leaves, I try to keep suckling, but it's no use. Gorillas are not by nature powders. Stella, I call. It's a full moon. Did you see it? Sometimes when you are lucky, we catch a glimpse of the moon through these skylight in the food court. I did, Stella says. She's whispering, and I realize that Ruby must be asleep. Is Ruby all right? I ask. She's too thin, Ivan, Stella says. Poor baby. She was in the truck for days. Mac brought her from a circus the same way he brought me. But she hadn't been there long. She was born in the wild, just like us. Will she be okay, I ask. Stella doesn't answer the question. The circus trainers chain her to the floor, Ivan, all 4 feet, 23 hours a day. Oh boy. I puzzle over why this would be a good idea. I always try to give humans the benefit of the doubt. Why would you do that? I finally asked. To break her spirit so she could learn to balance on a pedestal, so she could stand on her hind legs, so a dog could jump on her back while she walked mindlessly in circles. I hear her tired voice and think of all the tricks Stella has learned. All right, well that's it for the day. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon, hopefully. Have a good day. Bye-bye.